What specifically do you do with the ordering and the schedule writing? Like, how do you do the ordering? I know we kind of talked about it yesterday. We just have to get on video.
Well, like I told you yesterday, the basic order is it's allocation minus pack for the shelves. And that's just your basic standard ordering, just like nothing's on sale. Anything's on sale, we can go back in the computer and look and see how much we sold last time it was on sale. And adjust our orders accordingly. Lots of stores, the bigger stores, like the one in Granbury, they get allocated. Maybe like flour goes on sale for 69 cents. They automatically get a whole pallet.
Mm-hmm.
This store, we have to order it. I have to kind of figure out how to order it.
So how do you view the importance of like ordering and like, I don't know, the general movement of like of products in the organization? Like, what's its importance to you?
The hardest thing with these orders is me. Is because I'm old. In case y'all didn't know, I'm old. I used to have to sit down and physically write every order, go back in the office, punch every item into a little phone, and send it off. Now, thank God somebody got a little smarter and got us the computers, and now the computers are writing orders based on projections of last week or a 6 weeks trend. Flowers Bakery is doing an 8-week trend on sandwich bread in this store. For 8 weeks, they average 10 a day, so it's going to automatically order you 10 for that day. And that's basically the way all companies are working. But like I said the other day, it's still an error factor in there because humans are putting it on the pallet. They're coming out with new things now, ordering systems that's going to be on the shelf itself, digital shelving and stuff like which you may be a part of one day. Past my time. My biggest adjustment has been trusting the computer to do it instead of my 45 plus years of doing this myself.
So how did you get to this point in the company? Like, where did you start and how did you end up here?
Well, everybody does it. You kiss their butt. No, really, it's hard work. It's hard work. And basically now companies really want you, work your schedule 8 hours, work 8 hours, and then show that you really care. Actually, that's been one of my biggest problems. They say I care too much. I worry too much about everybody. But that's the driving factor. Show that you enjoy your job, you want to do your job, and in our business, you enjoy the customer. If you can't enjoy the customer, you're not going to have a good time. Really not.
Welcome to Kroger, the place of all goods and all great products. We're going to take you on a tour. Now we're in the deli, and you can see here are some of the chickens over here. So poultry in Kroger goes bad after about 4 hours. So they have to have a certain schedule for when they're cooking any sort of poultry here. So they'll start cooking their poultry around 11 o'clock to prepare it for noon. So it takes about an hour for it to cook. And then again, they'll get another batch ready for about 4 p.m. So they just try to stick with this schedule to not only keep their supply at the right amount, but to suffice whatever demand they have coming in.
We're in everyone's favorite aisle, the beer and wine aisle. Apparently TCU students like to drink, and they sell more ping pong balls at this Kroger than any other Kroger in the entire country. Also, Kroger likes to emphasize sourcing local people. So Revolver Brewery actually was one of the first, was actually first sourced by Kroger, and it was a Granbury-based brewery, and the Granbury-based Kroger went over there and asked them for 150 cases. They only had 50 cases in the entire brewery, and after that, they started distributing this Revolver more to more and more Krogers, and the brewery itself exploded, and now it's the growth you guys know. It's at the level that you guys know it at right now. Also, one thing about the beer and wine aisle is Kroger does all these products are outsourced. Kroger doesn't keep any of these in their warehouses, which is pretty important because they have to work pretty cohesively with all these companies in order to get every single one of these different items on the shelves. And also, as far as returns go, no one can actually return these products to Kroger because of Texas state law. So it's very important to keep in mind when purchasing here.
Our pallets of our purple solo cups for TCU. They only do purple solo cups for this Kroger store. This is the only one in the entire country, especially for us. Pretty awesome look right there.
How many pallets a year do we get?
32 pallets a year.
This is the original overflow bake rack. See how it's very small. We're about to look at the other one over there, and it's going to be much more just because of the seasonal aspect of Thanksgiving. But you see all these things. Tortillas marked down to $1.49 for a box of 20. It's Kroger just trying to get rid of their stuff, and we'll go over to the other one. Great. Of markdowns, see, all this stuff is about to go out of their expiration date. So they're marking down these prices originally at $22.99 to $8.49. This is Kroger's strategy of trying to get their stuff that's about to go bad out of their inventory, because obviously they don't want to have shrinkage and waste all these sorts of things. So usually this rack is a lot smaller, and it's over there in the back, but this is just simply the overflow rack. So just take a look at all this inventory that's about to go bad. Here we have our inventory, some charcoal, and then some leftovers from the holiday that we're gonna have to dispose of here. Terry, what specifically do we have from the holidays that's left over?
There you go, your fried onions, cream of mushroom soup, brown sugar, cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce.
Look at all these pallets.
And then your chicken broth.
All right, so here's one of our 2 volatile items that we're going to be talking about. The first one is cantaloupe. In the winter, the prices go up. They can reach up to like $5, and then in the summer, your prices for it are going to be around $1, maybe even less.
Why is that?
And so pretty much what Terry told us earlier was that your cheapest produce is going to be your best quality produce, because you don't have to go all the way around the world to get it in season. So that's why the prices for these things are going to go up, because they're not as locally based during different seasons throughout the year. So then we'll head over to avocados.
Oh, this is weird. There you go.
Here are our avocados. Prices for these also go up during the winter. And sometimes you can get avocados 10 for 10 or even a better deal. But right now, as you can see, it's 2 for 3. So your deals are always going to be changing, but always come back to Kroger. All right, so here's our grand frozen goods aisle. This is the most profitable section of the entire store of Kroger. Primarily because I think people are getting a little bit lazier. It's really quick process, and there's not much shrinkage with these things, so they're going to stay good for quite a long time. Reliable goods. You can keep them on the shelf for a while.
So an easy way for Kroger to make money is to feed local demand, and with TCU right around the corner, it's easy for them to market TCU products and get good returns on stuff like that. So like we talked about earlier, they have the purple solo cups, the ping pong balls, they have purple silverware, purple hats if that fits your taste, you know, any of this kind of stuff. But really, this is just an easy money maker for Kroger, and they really want to focus on giving the customer what they want, and what they know that a TCU student wants is some TCU gear if they're running behind.
This is pretty much the last step for the customer, which is checkout. So over here, you have your self-checkout, which is a pretty quick process with pretty much your smallest amount of products. And then you have your express lane here, which is a faster checkout with still a few products. And then at the very end, you're gonna have your longer, maybe $100 and up worth of goods in your checkout. So
Right.